What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. I'm AG, your host, owner, CEO, director, manager, and all that. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you for listening. And today, the Mavs take down the Utah Jazz in Game 2, 110-104, and tie the series 1-1. Then buy us more time for Luka to come back and save the day. But man, let's the hero of this game, Jalen Brunson. He's gonna get paid, as Jason Kidd said tonight too after the game. Man, he's gonna get paid. This man dropped 41 points tonight. 41 points. He was the fifth Maverick player now ever to score 40 points for the Mavs, and that's along with Luka, Dirk, Rolando, and Nick Van Exel. And the only other players to score 40 points in a playoff game. And now Jalen Brunson joins that with a 41 tribute to Dirk, going 15 of 25 from the field, 6 of 10 from three. 10 attempts. That's what I heard is his career high in three-point attempts. So, good stuff to see that from him. And then free throw attempts, he had 5 of 7. Good job. Then he had also 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Really great stuff. And then along with that, 2 steals. And here's one of the biggest stats: 0 turnovers. He did not turn the ball over at all, and he became the first Maverick player in our history, in the Mavericks history, to score 40 points and zero turnovers. Great freaking game by Jalen. We needed someone, to really step up and score big. Like I said on the other pod, last pod, that someone's got to score 30 from Brunson and Dinwiddie. Matching 20, 25 ain't gonna cut it. Someone needs to go above and beyond and score at least 30. If not, everybody else is gonna have to score at least above double-digit points. And tonight, man, Jalen Brunson, he definitely gets the game ball, but he might share that. Knowing Jalen, he might share that with the other guy who get the game ball tonight. Maxi showed up and showed out. 8 threes tonight, 25 points. No, I'm not kidding. He had 25 points, man. And what I seen on the Mavs PR tweeted out, Maxi Kleber scored 20 on his 8 of 11 shooting tonight, and it marked his second most points in any game of his career. So he saved his second best scoring game of his career for tonight in the playoffs, which is really good. He also joined Jason Terry as the only Mavericks to hit 8+ threes in a postseason game. So good stuff from Kleber. He's been in that funk recently, especially towards the end of the season. Everyone's kind of worried about it, especially the way he kind of, hasn't performed well in the playoffs for us the last 2 years. And honestly, he's got to, we kind of like Jalen Brunson, we need to see him step up in the playoffs and, take a big, that next big step in their growth and just helping this team. And tonight, both guys showed out, man. He saved his shooting, man. He got hot in the starting the second quarter, and then the third and fourth. Oh man, he was just killer. He was killer. And he also had 25 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Everybody had a lot of assists going because everybody was moving the ball. They were taking a lot more threes in this game, which we need to see. Jason Kidd said they have a number that they're trying to get at the 3-point line, which I'm sure is probably at least 43s. That's probably the number what he's talking about. And at least 40 attempts from 3, because if we're gonna beat a team, especially when we're undersized, we got to make shots, especially from the outside. And putting up more attempts, that helps. That will help more go in. So it's good to see, because we get the open shots. It's just about guys knocking them down. And tonight, guys were locked in and loaded. Since we'll go ahead, let me go ahead and dive into the. Actually, no, I'll keep going about the guys. This is such a good rhythm going, man. Reggie and Dodo tonight stepped up big. Both had 3 threes. Dodo was 3 of 9 from 3. Reggie was 3 of 5. But still, their threes were big, much needed, timely, and the defense was amazing. 9 points for Dodo. He finished the night. And Reggie finished the night with 11 points. Dwight Powell only had 2 field goal attempts. He even had a 3 in there. But that even shows that, like, hey, man, like, we're trying to stretch the floor on everyone and make sure. But he did solid. I would say Dwight did a solid job. Spencer Dinwiddie had a slow, rough start, but, man, really finished strong and helped even get a bucket. Now, I know at the end, along with when Jalen Brunson, I'll get into all that. But, good stuff to see Spencer at least still come out and, still get at least 17. And along with that, 4 rebounds and 6 assists and 2 steals, too. So, good stuff from him. And he played 40 minutes, had 3 turnovers. Honestly, that's not that bad. Like, to have 3 turnovers in 40 minutes and be like a major ball handler, that's pretty good. So, good stuff from him. And, what you want to see, them scoring points and making plays for other guys and stuff. It's good stuff to see. And we got Trey Burke minutes came in. He hit 3 in the first half. In the second quarter, it was much needed. And I think that really helped build some time out for – we needed other guards since we usually have like a 3-headed monster with Spencer, Jalen Brunson, and Luka. With Luka out, it's kind of like we need another offensive type of guy to go out there and kind of at least give us buckets, at least sometimes. And Trey Burke, they gave him, only had 5 minutes tonight, but, in that spurt, it really helped at least spell some minutes and let Spencer and JB get some rest while so then they can finish the game like they did tonight strong because they had that rest instead of, I think, we only played 3 deep last game, so off the bench. So good to see them kind of spread that out. He ate up more of Josh Green's minutes. You could tell he's still not he's still, it's like his rookie year essentially, and so he looks kind of like a rookie there in the playoffs since he's finally getting minutes. Because, man, if he could just knock down some threes, he would definitely be in there more because he does some good stuff. He's gonna get some open looks, but whenever it looks so bad when they can just throw Rudy Gobert on Josh Green and he could just sit kind of closer to the paint because they're not really afraid of Josh Green. And if Josh Green would just stay confident like he was shooting towards the end of the season, I was hoping that would carry over. And, he still could. He could still come out and finish the series shooting really good. So if he can come out and just stay confident shooting these threes, he would look good. I know he's in the gym working. I saw a video when they were showing the Luka stuff. Who was right there in front of them shooting corner threes practicing? It was Josh Green. So hopefully he's still putting in the work and he'll start paying off for us, especially on the road when everybody's going to be locked in. We're always we're pretty locked in on the road team. Like of course, everybody knows last year, every game, us and the Clippers, every team won the away game until the game 7 when the Clippers finally won that one at home. But so we played pretty well in the playoffs on the road. So it's good to see that all of a sudden this game we get the momentum, we're carrying it over. Going to Utah, buying more time for Luka. Hopefully he'll be back game 3. And that'll be good, obviously for us moving forward. Now, okay, let's go ahead and go into my game 2 notes and let me go down quarter by quarter real quick. So in the first, man, it was good to see how this, Jalen Brunson just went off. Jalen Brunson had like 15 points in the first quarter, and nobody else had like more than 3 points, which was terrible. That goes to show how much like we were relying on Jalen. And he was, going hot because Spencer had 0 points. He was 0-5 from the field. So Jalen Brunson really kept us in. And in the second quarter, and it was tied at the end of the first. And in the second quarter, Clarkson, for them, Jordan Clarkson, Donovan Mitchell, they had their big scoring punch of the quarter. And, man, our gang rebounding, like us just, crashing the boards, especially letting them get 5 offensive rebounds in the first half. Like, it was really bad to see. And that's just more of an effort because right at the end of the game, it was like then they were finally, everybody was attacking for the rebound, which is good to see. I mean, at least closing minutes, they're doing everything they possibly can. But we need to start doing this throughout the whole game and not make it so hard because we don't just want Maxi Kleber fighting Rudy Gobert for a rebound. It's good whenever all of a sudden Reggie or Dodo is coming in too and they get a hand or tip on it. And, then once you get a hand or tip on it too, when everyone's going for a rebound, then all of a sudden that's ball goes any direction that, could easily be our ball in the turnover right there, or our ball in the possession. So they definitely got to make sure they gang rebound and just keep them off the board. Especially Rudy, you got to you have to just attack with everybody you got on the especially the defensive rebounds. So not letting them get the offensive board and get second chance points and all that, because they're killer. They'll miss like a 2 and then get the offensive rebound, and then bam, they hit a 3. So it's we can't be doing stuff like that. And man, at halftime it was a 14-2 free throw attempt ratio in the Jazz favor. So that showed you how much the refereeing was kind of going on in that first half. It wasn't looking so good, or it wasn't looking so in the Mavericks' favor, put it that way. And then third quarter, man, second half team, man, if you're looking at the quarter stats, the first quarter, tied 24-24. Second quarter, Utah won the quarter 31-24. And then from the second half on, third and fourth quarter, Mavericks won both quarters. And the third quarter, it was shout out to I got a note. That's what it is. And I put a note because shout out to that Dodo block. When they were going on their little run, that first run in the third quarter, we finally cut it within 2 points or whatever. I know we ended up taking the lead later on, but it was like that first initial run, and the Dodo had that amazing block. And then Spencer was going down, getting buckets. And this is all like around, I think, that at the 9-minute mark and stuff to get the game within like 2 points. It was a good resurgence. Everybody was finally playing their part. And then towards the end of the quarter, man, that's when Maxi started picking up his game. I think he already had 2 threes at that point, so you're already like, oh, okay, cool. And then the third, Maxi had 3 threes, man. He had 9 points in the quarter. It was all 3. He had 3 threes. He was hot. And he had his third 3 was right at the buzzer at the end of the third. So good. It was good to see him start to heat up, and it was like, the energy in the building, it looked awesome. It sounded like, everybody was getting pumped for that, which they should, because to see Maxi come out of that slump, man, it's awesome. And then for them, Bojan went off in that quarter for them. He had 10 points in that quarter, so, made it a little bit comfortable. Let me look up exactly what the score, because I want to know exactly what 81-77 at the end of 3. Which Bojan for them was just, he was killer tonight. What did he finish with? He finished with 25. He fished 9 of 15, only 1 of 4 from 3 though. That's good. But he was getting buckets over guys, like tough shots. Like we played, you can't play much better defense than they kind of did on Bojan tonight. And he had tough shots because we were forcing him to try to take the mid-rangers, and he was taking those tough like turnaround fades, and guys like literally right there, literally almost blocking the shot, like with their shot contest, and he'd still knock it down. Like he was really on it tonight for them. He was what really kept them in the game too. And of course, you look at Donovan Mitchell. He ended up with 34, but I feel like Bojan was hitting some big shots as well. It was him, of course, and Mitchell going back and forth, big shots. But, that was the third. So, end of the third. And then it's going into the fourth, man. Tensions got high. First, you have Bertans. I guess he's our enforcer now, because I love his energy, to be honest. And, me enforcer as in a jokingly, like, haha, laughing at him. Like, if you legit watch him, he plays with some fire. And today he got into it with Jordan Clarkson. I love it. Because it made Jordan Clarkson get real mad, like, oh, you'll fight and go to the back. And I love it. That means Bertans did his thing. He got into his head. Like, yeah, I love it. I freaking love it. And then later on in the game, which I feel like once the game started getting tight, because Mav kept pulling in, they took the lead at one point or a couple times, going back and forth. And then, hold on, I want to see how many, oh, I don't have the lead changes on here. But they were going back and forth. Oh, I don't have it exactly right here in front. I thought I did. But, they were going really back and forth. And then at one point, man, JB was guarding Bojan in the post. And Bojan hit him once in the face and then swings his arm around and hits him in the face. And they finally call offensive foul on the second one. And Jalen Brunson, I swear, after that moment, that part, whenever that happened, Jalen Brunson, you could tell he all of a sudden that like pissed him off, and he was like in another zone, like competitive wise. Like he entered that like I'm pissed, and he upped his game. Like he was one of those guys. He gets mad, he plays really well, and he played with much emotion there at the end of the fourth quarter. Because then once that happened, he comes down, he's hitting He was hitting more shots, I just remember specifically after that happened, we go down and it's getting close to the end of the game, and he had a mean crossover on Mike Conley. After it was a little bit after that, getting checked in the face, because when he did it, you could tell like he had so much energy, and the crossover just, oh, it was so mean. Hit him in, and then he drove to the bucket, got the layup. Like, oh man, he was jacked up. He was pumped. And he was big tonight, hit some shots, and then all of a sudden, I was wanting Spencer, like, where you at? And then Spencer comes in, hits a little, makes some plays at the end of the game. And Dodo, you give him a big three at the end of the game, too, to put us up. One of the lead changes that really got us going and it got us in with the lead. Maxi was still good down in the stretch. Like, oh, man, just great team game by everybody, for real. Like, there's not much more. Like, we were able to go up at least by, it was like 107 to, I'm trying to look in the fourth quarter. It's like 107 to, once we got up, yeah, there it is. Once Dorian made a three at the 2:24 mark to go up 107 102, it almost felt like it was like game over. Because then all of a sudden after that, the Jazz couldn't get anything, which credit to the Mavs defense, man. They really stepped it up when they needed to. They really did. They were, forcing. At first, it seemed like, they were hitting tough shots all game. And then, but at the end, it was like they really, really tightened things up. And they were forcing the Jazz to take extremely tough shots down at the end of the game and making them have to, make those extra passes that they didn't want to make. Normally you want to make like a hockey pass assist. But, this game, it seemed like they were making them having to, make that extra pass just because no one's open. Like, they couldn't find anything. And, forcing, tough shots. And, they made tough shots. And sometimes, the tough shots don't go in. Normally that would, happens. But they had some good, Bojan was shooting the lights out. He was, along with his, the mid-range I was talking about, he had some threes. There was one three he made from the corner where dude was draped all over. Oh, no, it wasn't Bojan. It was Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson had made a three in the corner. Dude was all over him, defending him, and he just nailed it. And I was like, man, they are just on one with hitting these tough shots tonight. Like, if they continued that, like, you can only play so well defense because, the motto is, better offense beats better defense, and they were just knocking down their shots tonight and, those tough shots. But in the fourth quarter, the Mavericks defense was able to step up and make them miss. And again, we hit 22 threes tonight. I think that was our franchise record, 22 made threes in a postseason game. So, to see that, all those threes go down finally, it's good to see. And especially when on a game where we're trying to buy time to, hopefully get Luka back, it's just good to see. Good feeling to have to be great day. Good feeling to have, be a Mav fan. These guys were just, knocking down their shots tonight, man. They're just looking at the numbers right now. Well, my bad. Looking at while I'm talking, 22, 3, 46.8% from three. Like as close to 50% as you can get. Like, we were just killing it from three, man. Like, and that's what we need to do. Like, if we're gonna win, we got to put up these attempts. And normally they're the ones that average 40 attempts. So for us to flip the script on them and have 47 attempts on them, and hold them to only 29 attempts from three, because we're, as I said, they're trying to force them to take more tough, like mid-range jump shots. Stop them at the rim, but then force them to take somewhere in that floater area type shots, and contested tough ones. And Mavericks did what they needed to do tonight, to get the win. And this is 2 games in a row where games have just been so close. And if you're a Utah fan, I know you cannot be feeling happy because the way you've all been playing with, y'all have a fully healthy squad, I guess minus Joe Ingles. But essentially you have your superstar, you have all your other main pieces, and you're playing a team that's without Luka, their main superstar, top 5 player in the league, and they can't, go up 2-0. And really, the first game they should have lost too if we just hit some more shots. Like they would have lost that one. And like these are close games for them. And so it makes it seem like if Luka comes back, especially if he comes back healthy, like good to go healthy, as close to 100% as you can get, then man, Mavericks are just I feel like they're just gonna take over this series, and that's the type of feeling you get from a game like this tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, look at the boards. We lost the rebounding, of course, 50-31, but again, like it was like we stepped up and got the rebounds when we needed them. Because at the end, it was when we really stepped it up. Everyone was going in, tipping the ball around. Because Rudy Gobert finished with 17 rebounds, but I wonder how many that was at the end. Because we really did a good job keeping him out and keeping him less involved too. He only used 5 attempts, 2 of 5, and wow, hold Mike Conley tonight to 0 points, 0 of 7 from the field. That's good. Good for the Mavs. And usually they've been switching. I think Reggie usually guards Mike, while Dodo guards Donovan Mitchell. And of course we switch a lot, so matchups get switched up. So that's good just overall by the team to limit these guys. It's kind of like we're letting D Mitch, yeah, he's gonna get his, but we got to limit these other guys. And luckily we overcame a 25 Bojan night and a 21-point Clarkson night, because usually those guys are like Mav killers, especially in the past against the Mav. It seems like every time we play, those guys will have one of those guys will have a big game, and it's like that's what propels them to win. And really, for them to all be, for Bojan, Donovan Mitchell, and Jordan Clarkson to all score over 20 points, and us to still get a win, without Luka, man, bring on Game 3. Bring on Utah. Let's go. I know the environment's going to be crazy there, so that's going to be fun to watch on TV and see all that stuff going on, especially if you've been watching the whole Nets Celtics series. I don't know if y'all heard about that. the birds flying over there. So that would be, I'm not saying everybody should be doing that, but just the hostile nature. I love the whole energy of like the fans just screaming, yelling, like just at the players. And the players can maybe give them a little something back. Maybe not to that extent, but just kind of the whole interaction going back out. I find that that's entertainment at its best, and I love it, especially as a competitor. It's awesome to see just that energy being passed back and forth, and it's a fun interaction between fans and players. So I'm waiting to see what the Mavs do, and I hope that Luka comes out and plays. There's nothing for certain about Luka right now. The latest is that he's, of course, everybody knows he's doing the light work. Shooting and stuff, not really even running on it or jogging, I think, on his calf yet. So hopefully there's a lot of progression, because we don't play again till it's Thursday. And let me look up what time. But anyway, we don't play till Thursday at I think it was like 8:30. And honestly, that's a lot more time, because then he went out with the injury last week. So if it was just somewhat of a minor thing, which we'll find out, then he could possibly be back for game 3 on Thursday, and it is at 8:00 Central Time here in Texas. So on NBA TV again, but maybe that'll bring us luck again. But yeah, so they'll play them again, and hopefully Luka will be able to play by game 3. If not, I feel like he will for sure. I don't want to say for sure, because I don't know. Whatever, but I just feel like for sure he would be back by Saturday, game 4, in Utah if needed be. Which stealing the game now at 1 means this next game means the series is coming back to Dallas regardless for game 5. So, if they're aiming for that game at least, that's good. But I mean that would be cool. But hopefully he's back by I want to pick Saturday. I really hope Thursday, but if we're trying to play it safe and everything, hopefully maybe Saturday he'll be at like close to 100% as you can be. If it's just like a minor, one of those minor calf strains, which of course we don't know any details about. But with the way he's progressing, I think by Saturday he should be maybe like he'll be back into the running motions and all that type of stuff. Especially if he's already doing like shooting drills on it and stuff. So they're just putting some pressure on it, like, you know, it's working it out, just testing the waters to see how it reacts to different things. So as long as he progresses, you know, like he has been, I think Saturday could be a realistic target date for him to play in Game 4. So that'll be exciting to see. And I think if we get him back, say we even, you know, whatever happens in game, you know, on Game 3 on Thursday, I feel like whenever Luka comes back, because I feel like the Mavs can win out the series as soon as he gets back. Like, say we drop the next game, I feel like the Mavs, as soon as Luka comes back, Game 4, like, we could win 3 straight. Boom, boom, boom. Just that's how I feel about these Mavs playing the Jazz right now, because like our team is stepping up. If we just had Luka out there, especially if he don't even have to be 100%. Of course, we don't want to, you know, any major long-term injuries to happen, so we just want to keep it safe. But just say he is injured or he's enough at least to go out there like at a 90% level. Like, man, like that's, or even as a decoy, it would be big. Like if he could play enough to be out there to be a decoy and give like maybe 10 minutes, because he'll be on a minutes restriction for sure probably when he comes back. So if he could just give us, you know, what he can in those time, man, that would be amazing. And I think that's enough to propel us to move forward, to be honest, in this series, just the way the Mavs have been playing them. But, yeah, so exciting stuff. Go ahead, wrap it up. Mavs win 110-104. The series is tied 1-1 after Game 2 win. Good stuff, man. This is an exciting time to be a Mavs fan. Hope y'all are tuning in to all the games if y'all can. You know, it's good stuff to see. Exciting times. Let's keep it rolling. Go Mavs, you know. So again, as I said, we play again Thursday at 8 o'clock. So that's where you know that. You can follow on Twitter if you want at Mavs_rundown on Twitter. And Mavs Rundown is also free on YouTube along with Spotify and Anchor app, which I'm going to go ahead and download the last pod I had, Game 1's pod. I'm going to put that on YouTube too tonight as well. Along with this one. And I'm AG again. Thanks for listening. Remember, cool heads prevail, guys, and I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.